This is easy word boxing. About to hit you everywhere but under your feet with this one. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Please hit that notification bell as well. This is for Jermell Charlo versus Toni Harrison 2, the rematch. We've been waiting for a year now. It's supposed to happen in June. Toni Harrison had a foot injury from Jermell Charlo. This foot injury is fake. Toni Harrison was knocked out in sparring, from what Jermell Charlo says, and he didn't want the fight. And now they bring it till December. Now, from Toni Harrison's point of view, Toni, he talked to a guy, I don't know his name, TJ or something, who knows Jermell Charlo, who is in promotion of this fight, and he told him to fake an injury and act like he was hurt so he could fight Jermell Charlo in December, because Jermell Charlo didn't like fighting in December. This is from what I'm understanding. Now I'm gonna say that back again because I messed up a little bit. The guy named TJ told Toni Harrison that Jermell Charlo don't like fighting in December, and that if he fake an injury, it will help the situation to beat Jermell Charlo as of right now. Thank you, Samuel Hill. Now this is what Toni Harrison said happened, even though he said, I'm just saying the situation. But he's saying that somebody told him to fake the injury so he can get in Jermell Charlo's head. Now, the thing that's been going on since their altercation that just reoccurred for the second fight is Toni Harrison is living in Jermell Charlo's head rent-free. And me personally, I believe that. I believe that Toni Harrison is living in his head rent-free. I watched the face-off. I've watched it several times tonight. And I have seen Jermell Charlo not in focus. He's focused as far as he want to beat Toni Harrison, but he's not focused as far as what he needs to do to beat Toni Harrison. Jermell Charlo is brute power. Going out, I want to knock Toni Harrison out. I want to show Toni Harrison that he don't deserve my belt, which is good. This is a reason you should go for Jermell Charlo, because he's angry, he's hungry, even still after losing his belt. But Jermell Charlo cannot change with the same trainer and him being the same fighter. I'm going to say that again. Jermell Charlo cannot change having the same trainer and him being the same fighter. Just because he knocked Cotto out does not mean that he's going to knock Toni Harrison out. That's a different situation. Boxing is not about anger. Fighting is not about anger. It's about who can adapt and who keeps their composure. But from the Toni Harrison end, how do we know that this is the same Toni Harrison that will go out there and be effective towards Jermell Charlo? How we don't know that Toni Harrison has done the Andy Ruiz effect? How do we know that he has not been out there celebrating too much? Because in my opinion, I see, and this is just my opinion, I see Toni Harrison literally playing with Jermell Charlo. He's literally playing with his mind, getting in his head. But at the same time, if Toni Harrison does not come out there and be the same fighter, what he's doing will not help him. If Toni Harrison does not go out there and be the same composed fighter, not willing to let what the crowd says, not willing to let Jermell Charlo dictate the fight, that all matters in this fight. I believe that Toni Harrison can beat Jermell Charlo, but Will he apply the same game plan the second fight? I've heard Tony Harrison say that he's willing to go out there and show the world and whoop Jermell Charlo. Literally, hold Jermell Charlo like he's a child and whoop him. I'm afraid that that eagerness may be the reason that Tony Harrison loses. I'm afraid that that may be the reason that Tony loses. He has the ability to beat Jermell Charlo. He did in the first fight. But has Tony Harrison been training? Has Tony Harrison been playing? Has Tony Harrison been doing the Andy Ruiz effect? Because there's been talk and sparring that he got knocked out, which nobody has stated yet as proof. This is speculation. This is only speculation. He faked the injury. He showed no proof from the injury. So I know that he's literally playing with Jermell Charlo. But will that matter in the fight? That's the big question. Whether he faked the injury, whether he won, whether he lost does not matter anymore. It's who will be the winner of this fight. Charlo could bring it all day. Charlo always bring it. But Charlo couldn't do it in 12 rounds before. That's the big thing. You screaming, I'm going to knock him out. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You had 12 rounds to do that. And I'm not saying he can't knock Tony Harrison out in the second fight. What I'm saying is, this fight literally depends on Tony Harrison. This fight depends on, can Tony Harrison come out there and be the same fighter in the first fight and stay composed? If he can do that, I have him no doubt beating Jermell Charlo. If he comes out of character trying to prove something, I feel he may lose. Because Jermell is hungry. Jermell is looking for the knockout. If Tony Harrison comes out there impatient, if he comes out there with the urge to knock out Jermell Charlo, I think Tony Harrison is going to get knocked out. If he doesn't come in with the same fight plan, same composure in the first fight, if he goes out there trying to show the world that he really beat Jermell Charlo, listening to Jermell Charlo in the public, I think he's going to get beat. Yes, I think Tony faked his injury, but I think he did it as a way to celebrate, which is a problem. I think he did it as a way to celebrate, which is a problem. And he did it to get in Jermell's head. That's what I think. I think he did fake the injury. I think he wanted to piss Jermell Charlo off a little bit more. I honestly do. But that doesn't help or hurt Jermell. You faking the injury only pisses him off more. Which means Jermell Charlo is going to come out there with intentions to knock out Tony Harrison. But I asked myself this question. I just asked myself this as I watched. And this real talk, y'all. Think about this. I asked myself this question. I said, if Jermell Charlo come out in the first 5 rounds and his whole intentions is to come out and knock out Tony Harrison, do I think that he can knock Tony Harrison out? My opinion said yes. My opinion said yes. That's if Jermell Charlo comes out with that mentality to knock Tony Harrison out in the first 5 rounds. I think he can do it. But I don't. Let me say this. I don't think he can do it if Tony Harrison comes out as the same fighter he was in the first fight. Composure, boxing, not worrying about the crowd. It won't be effective. But Jermell Charlo can knock out Tony Harrison in the first round. The first 5, in my opinion. Like I said, this fight literally depends on Tony Harrison. We have no doubt. We know no doubt that Jermell Charlo can go in there and knock him out. We have no doubt that Jermell Charlo can go in there and stop Tony Harrison. But this fight depends on the composure, the pedigree of Tony Harrison. So it's hard to make a prediction on this fight. It's very hard. Because one person owns the fight and one person just come in and take it over. And I feel that Tony Harrison owns the fight, but Jermell Charlo as well can come in and take it right over with no problem. But from the way that Jermell is coming across, I can see Tony beating him again. Yeah, there have been a lot of rematches lately. He mentioned in the face-off that he was going to bring it to Charlotte. But Tony said he should fight him as before. If I were Tony, how would I approach this fight? I beat you. If I were Tony, I'd keep the same game plan. If I were Tony, I would keep the same game plan. Just a little bit more offensive. More punches thrown to convincingly show the public, which the public don't matter, but show the judges that I'm beating him. I think that in this fight, he needs to keep the same composure, the same mind frame, and just throw a little bit more punches. And I think he'll come out on top if I was Tony Harrison. That's a good question, Coco. I think Charlo about to get him this time, but it depends on Tony Harrison. He didn't get him the first time. That's what people ain't understanding. Charlo ain't get him the first time. What make you think he just gonna come out there and get him this time? Exactly. Tony can't get cocky, nor can Tony get caught up in the bullshit. Tony can't do neither of the above. He can't get cocky. Well, there's no reason for him to get cocky from the media, because the media, from what I have heard, is saying that Jermell Charlo won that fight, which I don't agree with. I feel that Jermell Charlo was outboxed. It's hit and not get hit. I feel like Jermell Charlo got hit more times. If you watch the commentary of the fight, they never acknowledged some of the punches that Tony Harrison was landing. Due to the fact that was supposed to be a Lions only card, even though him and his brother got beat up, Jermell Charlo and Jamal Charlo got beat up. If you believe that Jamal Charlo beat Korobov, then you don't know boxing. Exactly. 3 judges disagreed. You did not win. Toni don't need to fight for his life. Toni just need to stay composed. Use that jab like you did the first fight and move. Block, block, block. No matter what the crowd say, as long as you ain't getting hit, block, block, block. Guard, guard, guard. High guard, whichever way you gotta do it. Whichever way you gotta do it, Toni. They robbed Charlo because they didn't touch gloves before the fight. Are you serious? I would rather you say they don't like Charlo's demeanor than to say some shit like that. I'm talking about for real. For real, Kevin. Are the Charlos likable? In my opinion, no. I don't agree with it. I don't think they likable people. But would I deny their talent? I would never do that. I would never do that. I would never deny their talent. There's just a theory going on with the Charlos, I believe. Oh, people don't like us because of our demeanor. Well, if you feel that people don't like you because of your demeanor, that means it's something that you doing. It's hard. Kevin, I got to keep going with the video. I got to keep hearing what y'all saying. Then I'm going to make my prediction on who I'm going to feel won the fight. Early in the video, I said that I feel like Jermell Charlo was going to knock out Toni Harris. But me watching it, I realized that this fight all comes down to Toni Harrison. There is no Jermell Charlo in this fight. He was already beat. The question is, has Toni Harrison been playing? During this off season, has he been chilling, not training? Did he really get knocked out? Is he really taking this fight serious? Is he really overconfident going against a fighter that he beat, Jermell Charlo? I think that's what it comes all down to. I don't think Jermell Charlo places any factor in this fight. I think that it all goes down to Toni Harrison. Hey, y'all, I gotta go. Which I ain't got that much time on my phone. I got 29% left. I left something in the house. I need to go back and get that there. I hope y'all will wait on me. I got 19 people. I hope y'all stay on until I come back. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. I'm back. I am back. Now, one question I want to talk about is the fact that Jermell Charlo told Toni Harrison, you know the people on my resume you can't beat. You can't really mess with. Okay. I will agree that Jermell Charlo has a better resume than Toni Harrison. I will agree with that. But he beat you. He beat you. So what does his resume have to do with anything? He beat you. And we all know that a lot of Jermell Charlo's opponents and him and his brother opponents have been cherry picked. They have been cherry picked. Now, true enough, Toni Harrison losses come to Willie Nelson and Jared Hurd. But he beat you. Your resume holds no ground in this conversation. He beat you. I don't care if you beat Floyd Mayweather. He beat you. I believe it too. I believe he faked the ankle injury. Oh, Kenneth, I would love for Jamal to win this. Not Jermell, Toni Harrison. I would love for Toni to win this. It's right around the corner, y'all. I want Toni to win this fight. Just to really humble Jermell Charlo. That's why I want him to win. Yeah, we got Tank and them coming up. We got a lot of fights coming up, man. We got a lot of fights coming up. But the question comes down to, who am I picking? I'm going to go with Toni. I'm going to go with Toni Harrison beating Jermell Charlo. That's who I'm going to rock with, y'all. All the pros, all the cons go with Toni Harrison. He beat him before. Pure boxing ability. Damn, this I'm gonna be at this hard, because if Jermell Charlo comes out with intentions to KO Toni Harrison, but no. Let me tell y'all what's finna happen. Jermell Charlo is talking that shit, but Jermell Charlo in the ring is gonna show Toni Harrison more respect. Because at the end of the day, Jermell Charlo got hit with those punches that we didn't. Jermell Charlo know he lost. When Jermell Charlo was waving his hands in the ring, when he was getting embarrassed by Toni Harrison, he know he lost. You can see the corner. Matter of fact, go back to the corner of the fight. His corner was telling him he was going to lose. Charlo's corner was saying that he was going to lose if he didn't step up. So, Jermell Charlo is going to come out there and he going to show Tony Harrison more respect. He's not going to be that eager to knock Tony Harrison out like he lying to the public and saying. He know what Tony is capable of. He know how many times he got hit in his face by Tony Harrison for Tony Harrison to win that fight. He gonna come out composed. All that angry talk is not gonna be there. And Tony Harrison is gonna beat him again. That's what's gonna happen. The same way. Think about this. Jermell showed him no respect in the first fight. They didn't know each other. He beat Jermell. Pure boxing. Jermell knows that he beat him in a pure boxing form. Jermell is inferior to Tony Harrison. His mind frame will be inferior to Tony Harrison. And he will lose. He will be outboxed again. That's what's going to happen. He say he has no respect for Tony Harrison. It's easy to say that. But when a man punch you in your face multiple times and you weren't landing like the public think you were landing, you know he beat you. You ain't saying... Think about this, y'all. Jermell Charlo has never said one time, I'm going to go out there and outbox Tony Harrison. Where has he said? I'm going to knock him out. He ain't said one time I'm going to outbox Tony Harrison. I'm going to knock him out. Jermell, that's your whole game plan. That's how you lost the first fight. They know your game plan. You can't box for real. I say that a lot about the Charlo, but they can box. Hold up, let me say that. Because when you say this, people get it twisted. They can box. They are not elite boxers. They are not Floyd Mayweathers. They're not Terrence Crawfords. All right? Exactly. So, y'all, I'm riding with Tony. Tony Harrison, I think, will beat Jermell Charlo in another 12-round decision. I think that a lot of people are looking at the intensity of Charlo instead of boxing. I didn't say he was going to get stopped. I said outbox. I can see Charlo getting outboxed. Smart move. You right. Bruce, you're right. The difference is, y'all, Harrison has to change nothing. Jermell Charlo lost as the same fighter he has always been. Tony has to change nothing. Jermell has to change. He still got Derrick James. He ain't changed nothing. All Tony Harrison has to do is to go out there and be the same fighter he was in that fight. That's all he has to do. Throw a little bit more punches, be more offensive. The judges matter. That's it. He don't have to prove to the world that he can whoop Jermell Charlo. Just prove to the world that you can outbox him. You a boxer. That's all you have to do. Go out there, compose, keep your composure, use that jab. Tony Harrison has a great jab. a beautiful jab, a strong jab. A lot of people not understanding that's what kept Jermell off him, was that strong jab. Tony Harrison has lost twice before. Like he said, I beat myself twice. There's no way I would let a sucker beat me. My number is 205-847-7120. I'm going to say that again. It's 205-847-7120. Please do call me. What's next for Jermell if he loses? Fighting the chairs that he been fighting. That's what's next for Jermell if he loses. Back to the cherries. I mean, besides Erison Lubin and Julian Jackson's son, half of his opponents been cherries. Back to the cherries. Ain't like he ain't used to it. Y'all stop acting like the Charlo's been fighting A1 competition now. Y'all stop that. That was the reason he got beat, because he stepped up. That was the reason he got beat, is because he stepped up. For real. That's the reason he got beat. He fought a real boxer. Erison Lubin gonna beat him the next time. He caught Erison Lubin with just a good shot. Erison Lubin gonna beat him. Watch what I tell y'all. Which Erison Lubin is mandatory for the belt. You ain't gotta look at it. Just turn the volume down and watch the fight. You're gonna see Jermell Charlo get hit in his face and lose. And then you're gonna see the other brother get hit in his face a lot and lose. This ain't no hating on them. If they won, they won. I give them their props. But they lost. They lost. Korobov beat Jermell Charlo. One good 12th round or one more extra round don't win no fight. I just give it to you real, baby. They couldn't have had, that was their breakout card. That was supposed to be the Charlo's breakout card, and they both got outboxed. They both got outboxed. Think about it. Go back and watch Toni Harrison fight against Jermell Charlo. 3 judges picked that Toni Harrison won. Now, if you go back and you watch Korobov versus Jermell Charlo, Korobov was way more effective than Toni Harrison was, and he still lost. They did not want to see both brothers lose, because Jermell clearly lost. It wasn't no question. Rounds he lost. No, brother. The Charlo brothers are 1-2 fighters. Straight right hand, straight right hand, straight right hand. Jermell will throw an uppercut. They can catch you off an uppercut. That's all good. That's all in boxing. But if they fight a superb elite boxer, they will not win. They will not win. Andrade will beat Jermell Charlo. That's why he don't want to fight him. Toni Harrison said it. Y'all can't beat fighters that fight off angles and that can box. The Charlos can't. They are brute boxers. They are boxer punchers. We gonna see. Young Black, we gonna see. That's one thing we are gonna do is see. No, Toni Harrison did not get hit a lot. That's the perception they want to give you. Watch the fight. He did not get hit a lot. He blocked mostly everything Jermell Charlo was throwing. He caught him with an overhand right on the head right here. He caught him with an uppercut coming in. Jermell probably landed a couple of jabs. That was it. That was it, bro. Jermell didn't do nothing effective enough to beat Toni Harrison. Jermell was out there being embarrassed, shaking his head all in front of people. I don't even play PlayStation because I don't like to lose. You was probably playing too much PlayStation. That's why you got beat up. Yes, I saw the same fight you saw. Yes, I did. I don't play PlayStation. I don't. He got beat. He lost. On paper, you lost. You lost. That's all he was doing. Shit. Damn. I'm sorry, y'all. But that's all he was doing. Head hunting. I got to knock him out. If it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. Ain't no need talking about Adrian Broner until he got a fight. That's what Adrian wants us to do. Talk about him to bring. No, I'm not going to do that. We'll talk about Adrian Broner when he steps back in the ring. On my phone, it's time for me to get off. I had to just get on here and speak my opinion on Jermell Charlo versus Toni Harrison 2. And I'm riding with Toni Harrison all the way. In my earlier video, if you go back and check it out, I went with Jermell Charlo. But I can't ride with Jermell Charlo this fight. I'm not. I don't think his mind in there. I don't think his mind is there. I don't think his boxing ability is there, for one. I think he loses the same way in the first fight. Because Jermell has always been the same fighter that he's talking about now. Cindy Send me your email in this video. Send me your email in this video so I can see it. But this is Easy Work Boxing. I'm about to get off the channel, y'all. I thank y'all for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Please hit that notification bell. If you like to subscribe to the channel, go to username, go to about. You'll see exactly where to go. I thank y'all. This Easy Work Boxing. I'm out. Although I gotta get this out the way, but as soon as I get this out the way, I'm gonna be out. There you go.